out to me and sort of ribbed me a little bit about the market being up. So I recorded that after hour session, kind of saying, yeah, you had a good day, but realize what you had, and kind of indicating that I didn't expect today to be very good, and it far exceeded my expectations for a bad day. And the other thing I got to tell you is honestly, I'm glad I'm not in the stock market. I'm glad I'm not a stock market guy anymore. I'm glad I don't follow it, down to the earnings per share and competition and all of that stuff. It's so much easier just to be a rental property or a real estate guy, because honestly, I would have panic sold today. I would have seen the headlines. I do believe in the recession indicator. I do believe that, when you see retail take a big hit, Macy's, which dragged down others. Before that, you had, and now I just saw that Cisco Systems reported not necessarily bad earnings, but a bad, forward-looking statement. And man, if we lose tech, if tech is going down now, and Cisco Systems is the first of many to come, man, the Dow, the Nasdaq, it can get pretty ugly. The other thing you need to realize is, I've said this a lot before. Um, Cannot hear me. Can you hear me now? Thank you for letting me know, by the way. Let's see here. Oh, headphones up all the way. Hopefully that's working. But where I was saying just real quickly is, today would have been one of the days I panic sold for sure. Um, Knowing myself back in the day. And that's one of the reasons with real estate, you can't really panic sell, right? I would have logged into my Fidelity or Schwab or, whatever account, E-Trade, whatever it is, and I would have hit sold. I would have sold before the close, or maybe even after hours when I saw Cisco Systems numbers. So again, I'm happy not to be in the stock market. I think the recession indicator, even if it wasn't real, like some of the talking heads on TV are talking about, don't believe it, don't believe it. It's not how it works, right? We are a consumer-based economy, and if enough headlines talk about the 2 in 10 inversion being the recession indicator, people are just going to stop shopping, right? We have proven as consumers that we can put our credit cards away for periods of time. Now, I'm not confused. As a consumer-based economy, we don't do that for a long time, but we can do it for a quarter or two, right? We can do it for 3 to 6 months. And I think people are starting to put their credit cards away. I think the first thing I'm going to be looking for is cancellations of escrows. We're in August, so we probably won't see the impact of this stock market turmoil until probably October, right? Because if it's happening now, the data won't be collected until September and likely not reported till October. That's just how the data works. So we're going to be in to the recession, and frankly, probably 90 days in. So we'll probably have the first quarter of contraction. I think the stock market's in for more pain. I mean, just think about what we've seen and what I've talked about the last 10 days, right? You had Disney, Uber, you had banks here today because of the recession fears. You have Disney and entertainment. You have Cisco Systems after hours. And again, that was the one that was the nail in the coffin for me, because if tech is gone with all the high valuations and high multiples, and they're talking about a weaker demand around the world, tech's in trouble, and tech can go down so fast. I live in the Silicon Valley. I saw what happened after the dot-com crash and how things that were worth, in the hundreds were out of business. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen by any stretch, because it's just not that time. But we do have unicorns trying to go public. One today was, man, what's up with the volume here? So one of them today was WeWork, and they were filing their trying to go public. And it is interesting to see that they have $1 billion loss coming up, and that's interesting. And thank you for the volume check, guys. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So thank you very much for sending me those notes. So again, I think tech's in trouble. I think there will be lots of unicorns that will have valuations of $4, $5, $6 billion. And just so we know, the unicorns, these are companies that have yet to go public but had billion-dollar valuations. I suspect some of these to disappear, probably within 12 months. They're going to fail to get the next round. It would not surprise me if some of them that file to go public never make it. An example would be WeWork, for example. I have not read their filing, but again, losing $1 billion, right, and talking about some rosy future in an environment where people don't have an appetite for risk, I think they missed their window. They certainly missed their max valuation. My guess is they've missed their window. And shoot, if you haven't filed to go as a unicorn, your next round, if you could get one, will be nowhere close to where you are today. So what does this mean for real estate? Well, first off, Silicon Valley real estate is about to get crushed, right? There are companies and people who've gone public and they're looking to get unlocked, and the value is not going to be there. People are going to get nervous about their jobs. I don't expect any mass layoffs yet in the Valley, but honestly, by Thanksgiving, it could get interesting, right? It does not feel like a healthy business environment and a business climate, and we'll see. So it's going to get it's going to get interesting for Silicon Valley real estate. It's way overpriced. I've talked about that for months now, and I think we're about to pay up for that. Other than that, it's the Fed, I think, is going to be walked into a corner. They're already talking about the Fed. I think it was one of the old guys at PIMCO who left, who's saying that the Fed's got to lower rates in September. I'm thinking they're going to lower rates before the next meeting. This is what I think. They either lower by 0.25% before the next meeting, or they lower by 0.5% at the next meeting. Right? It's going to. This is accelerating, and the average consumer is just now waking up, and they're going to start sitting on their wallets and their credit cards, and this is going to become a self-perpetuating thing. So. I know for a fact that if I had any stocks, I would have panic sold today. Don't know if that's right or wrong, but I would have logged in, hit sell, and sell everything. And I'm not making a call if that's right or wrong. It's just I know who I am. And one of the reasons I'm glad I have real estate, because it's not that liquid. You can't have those kind of irrational days and things of that nature. So I saw a text from someone who thinks there's going to be a rebound tomorrow. I don't really make guesses about 24 hours, but I bet you we're lower by Friday close. I bet we're down another 5%. Yeah, I bet we're down another 5% between today's close and Friday. So that's what I think. Again, I don't ever take my stock advice. I don't have any stocks. I haven't had stocks for decades. I just watch the market every day, and it just feels like this thing is starting to unravel. And the Jim Cramers and all those people of the world can only talk it up so much, and I think they're going to. I think they're going to lose this one, and people are going to start hitting that sell. So, anyways, I hope everybody has a great day. If you're in the market and got hurt today, I apologize. I'm sure that doesn't feel good. If you don't need the money anytime soon, betting on America traditionally has never been a bad thing. So. That's what Warren Buffett says. So in the end, you never make money when you panic. I would have panicked today, so I'm glad I'm not in the market. All right, everybody, have a great day, and thanks for telling me about the microphone. Take care.